Nissan Armada today. Learn more at nissanusa.com. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thanks for joining us again. We're so happy to be back for another episode. How are you doing today, Susan?
I'm doing fantastic. Still thinking about our vacation since we just got back from St. Martin and absolutely loved it. But today we have a really special guest. We cannot wait to chat and get his advice. Make sure you guys are submitting all your questions to us. You know what to do. Just go to bachelornation.com/golden hour and submit them away. Make sure you write us, tell us what's on your mind, because we're going to be happy to give you our thoughts.
That's right. Send us everything, your questions, your updates. You can DM us on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour. Okay, Susan, I have a special treat for you today.
Oh.
Ready?
Yep.
We just got back from St. Martin a bit ago, and you're going to have a chance to practice your French.
Practice. I need to learn my French.
Because today our guest is Pascal from Jones Season. Welcome, Pascal. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very happy to be with you guys. Suzanne,
Bienvenue.
on va parler le français maintenant. We're going to do that. This one's going to be only in French. Okay?
Oh, great. Wait, I have a translator right here on my phone. How are you? It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, how have you been? Tell us what you've been up to.
It's been good. Been doing a little bit of traveling. You know, I'm a skier, so I spend a lot of time in the mountain over the winter. Business doing very well. Life is, I can't complain. You know, I mean, I'm living the dream, you know.
Where'd you go skiing? Where did you go skiing?
I just came back from Vail, Colorado. Yeah.
I think I would do very well at the bar downstairs, sipping on some Grand Marnier and looking really good while you guys ski, and I'll wait for you to come in afterwards.
Yeah, so get a massage and then a hot tub. You know, we call
Shop,
that après ski.
I love to ski, and my trip was supposed to be this year to Deer Valley, and it got canceled. I'm devastated.
Love Deer Valley. I tell you, I've skied all over the country. I'm a big skier, so I've skied Deer Valley, I ski Utah, I ski Jackson Hole, Wyoming. You know, everywhere, all over the country.
How good a skier are you?
Watch my Instagram and you'll see how good I am. I mean,
do you do the moguls? You know,
yeah. I mean,
I think that's just crazy. Where's the fun? And boom, boom, boom.
It's just the control of the body and the balance. You know, to be able to go through it and just glide through it. I think it's a high you've got to experience. If you're good at it, it's an incredible. Even going down in, you know, I mean, I just posted sometime in my Instagram, went about 50 miles an hour down the hills, which is, you know, I mean, it's a feeling you can't explain if you're not a skier. You know?
Yeah.
So I have a question. Did you ever jump out of an airplane?
Yes. I've done that in my early years. I've done that helicopter ski, back mountains. I've done, yes.
So that's on my bucket list, and I plan to do that this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it.
The season is almost over. You know, I think the best time to do it, Suzanne, is to do it in the spring when what they call a corn snow, which is a little icy on top of a soft snow, so it's much easier.
No.
I don't mean jumping out of an airplane and skiing. I meant just jumping out of an airplane.
Susan doesn't ski.
Skydiving you're talking about. Skydiving. Yes, done that. I've done that as well, yeah.
Is it fun?
It's fun, yeah. I mean, there is the rush, that 35-second rush when you fell off and you feel like you really dragged by the gravity. And then after that, you just, you know.
Okay, Pascal, wait a second. Ski, you jump out of airplanes, you do back terrain, you travel. What's still on your bucket list to do?
Oh, you know, I mean, I've done a lot in my lifetime. I've covered almost 80 countries. So I still want to go to Peru, to Machu Picchu. That's one of my bucket.
I've climbed. I did the trek in Machu Picchu. I did it. It was incredible.
done a lot of Asia. I've done Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, India.
Well, your 70th birthday is coming. So what are you going to do for your 70th birthday?
You know what? I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna let that day go by.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
I'm gonna stay home and just forget about that day and move on to the next day. So
What have you been up to? What have you been up to since Jones season?
what I've been up to, I've done a lot of, I'm involved in a lot of charities, so I'm putting more effort into it. I still have a business around, which from the, I have a very good manager, Lisa, who's and social media director who's taking care of that part of the business. So I make an appearance, I'm there, I'm just make sure that the operation's running properly and said hello. I go to a lot of events, I'm always, I have a very busy social life. I am always out. As you know, I don't cook, I don't clean, and I do laundry. So
I know.
time. And actually, I want to get back to that because some people, and I don't follow anything in social media. I'm not really there and responding. I don't look social media. I post few things of what I do, but I have someone in my office who's in charge of my social media. And there is a mixed feeling about the person that I am, okay? They think I'm a prima donna, they think I'm this, they think I'm that, and I just think then without knowing the person, how could you judge the person, okay?
That's right.
Number one.
Very
Number two, I believe then time is money, and with money, you could buy the time. So it is better for me to be in my salon behind my chair, making the kind of money I make, and have a wonderful housekeeper who come up and take care of my home.
And do the little things, yes.
And then I think you, Suzanne, I believe you were in the beauty industry. Am I right?
Yes, because I wrote you and you never responded to me. Maybe that's because you don't answer your own social media.
Yeah, don't take it personally, Suzanne, because I really don't answer anything because I have hundreds and hundreds of text messages, and I'm really not very good at that stuff. So
it's okay. I didn't take it personally. However, what I shared with you was I felt you, especially the one episode on your show when you bare bones, if you will, you told where you came from, what your life was like, and what you do. And I definitely identified because I was behind the chair for 40 years as well. And it's a fabulous business. People don't understand who we are.
Yes, it is. And I think because of us being in the service business and catering to people all day long, okay, please them and make them feel good about themselves. So when I'm done working, I don't feel like going groceries and start making my meals. I go out for dinner. I want to be taken care of because I take care of people all day long. So I want to set the record straight with all our fun. I am not a prima donna. Okay.
I'm a prima donna. No.
I mean, he skis all over the world. He hella skis. He's been to every country in the world, but he's not a prima donna.
He enjoys his life.
You enjoy your life.
I work hard and I play hard.
I play hard. So
and
I want to know.
Guy.
I want to know, Pascal. You, your son, very handsome young man. How many children do you have?
I have 3 children. I've been married twice. I have a daughter of 33 years old named Natalie. She's the one actually who signed me up for the Golden Bachelor.
Yes, she's beautiful.
And I think you saw her when we did the homecoming. She was talking to John. So that's my older daughter, Natalie. I have a son, Maxime, which I raised. I was a single parent for about, since he was 8 years old. So at least 22 years old. So I raised him by myself because he wanted to live with me. And I took the responsibility of being a single father. So that was a very challenging time of my life, having him and running my business because at the time I had 5 locations and 175 employees. So imagine how tricky it was. So I raised my son, Maxime, which you saw, which is going to graduate actually in May 10th from Bloomington, Indiana, Kelly School of Business, which I'm very proud of him. And that's for my second marriage. And I have a daughter for my second marriage named Sarah, who actually I'm very proud of it. She made the Dean's List at the Loyola University, which is wants to be a nurse. Which
Loyola? Which one?
Loyola University, the one downtown in Chicago on the lake.
There's a lot of Loyolas. Okay,
Chicago on the lake. Yeah.
Good for her.
This is Jenny Garth from I Do Part 2. Research shows that. And if you like
an IT pros, it starts with a makes it easy to
Amazon.com.
You tend to like much
Me. Okay.
Isn't
So
that
the
always
rumor-
How about your dating life?
My dating life is, I'm single, and I'm not single because nobody wants me. Okay. I'm single because the one I want don't want me. Okay.
Isn't that
So the
always
rumor
way?
is, Pascal, this is your opportunity to set the rumor mill straight. We have heard through the grapevine and through social media that you tend to like much younger women. True or false?
Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. I think I made a comment. Sometimes the language barrier make me say word. And when I look at back, I say, what did I say when I went
Right.
to interview and I said, I don't go out with a 72 years old woman. That's not what I want to meet. That's not what I'm trying to say. I said, I want to go out with a age appropriate. I don't go out with anyone under 50, 55. Okay. So I want to set the record straight. I don't go out with a young kid. And actually, if you look at my social media and the message I get is from all those young girls who think I'm fabulous and wonderful, I will not go out with anyone who is under that age. Okay,
So 50 or 55 is your minimum.
55, 60, 65, depend the person.
On the person, right?
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
on the person. You could have a 65 years old woman who know how to take care of herself, who's into health and fitness, who
Right.
know how to dress, to put herself in. Again, I have no problem with the age, but it has to be age appropriate, And so, again, the record straight. I do not go out with young women.
No
Okay?
20-year-olds.
Pascal,
do
you
not
can thank
DM him.
You can thank me later for that.
Suzanne, I know that you have a interview Michael, which have been a very good friend of mine. And Michael came up and so Pascal came up and he come up with his Aston Martin and you ask him, did he come up with his 20 years old Wong? Okay. I want to set the
Me?
record straight with you,
No,
Suzanne.
it wasn't me. I didn't
Yeah,
talk
that
to
was-
Michael.
I do not go out with young women. Okay.
Yeah,
So let's set the record straight on that. Okay. That's
And you know what?
important.
If you did, I wouldn't care because I go out with younger men.
Yeah, but it's not, if you're still 55, is still a younger woman. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So I think to me, it's not the age, is the energy, the vibes,
Absolutely.
what she has to offer. A woman at 65 years old who have more energy than me. I'm 70 and I got more energy than a 45 years old woman.
That's what Kathy talks. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
No,
So-
I don't judge you. Never would. I don't care.
So, Katia,
To me,
answer your
it's
question.
about the person. I don't
Exactly.
care how old you are. However, I'd like somebody on the same level as I am.
Yes.
Doesn't
Energy, interests, like you said, Pascal, someone who takes care of themselves. It's all, that's what's important.
Yeah. I try to live a healthy lifestyle. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I try to eat healthy. I go to the gym 5 days a week because that sometimes will make me feel good about myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you take care of yourself, it's all about, and that's what is important to me.
So what would you think is a fun date? Like if you were to take a woman out and you wanted to impress her and make her have a fabulous time, what kind of a date would that be?
Me, I'm extravagant that date. I was just going to tell you an interesting story. I met somebody who was supposedly coming in town, and I told you earlier, I'm not single because there is nobody who wants me.
No,
I'm single because the one I want don't want me. Okay, so I met about a few months ago somebody I met online. She thought I was great, whatever, and then we start FaceTiming each other and talking to each other for a while. And I said, hey, why don't I fly you to Chicago and let me
Take
show
you
you
out.
the town.
Yeah.
So the date was, we're going to go see a concert. Okay. We're going to take an helicopter ride on top of Chicago to show her the city from the sky. I was going to take to the VIP opening of the James Bond exhibition in the Science and Industry
That's a
Museum.
good date.
Wait, I have to interrupt, Pascal. Susan, why
Why
were
can't
we
we get
invited on
that?
this date?
We'll
You know what I
date
mean?
you, okay? You can take us up.
I mean, I've said, if I was a woman, I would like to date me. You
Yes,
know?
yes,
I
yes.
think I live, I am very fortunate and blessed to have the lifestyle that I have, where money is not an issue and I could do anything I want, and then.
Okay, wait, I have to interrupt, Pascal. Tell me about, obviously you did not get that accent in Chicago. Tell me, where did you grew up in Paris? Where did you grow up, and did you make your money in this country? Like, where did this all come from?
Okay, so I'm originally born in Casablanca, Morocco, from a Jewish family who immigrated in the early 60s from Morocco. As you know, Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco was a French colony.
Yeah.
And in the 1960s, early 60s, the Moroccan government turned over, the French gave it back, and we had two way to go. My parents as a Jew. From my father's side, they all went to Israel, and my mother decided that she didn't want to go to Israel, so I moved to Paris when I was 1 year old. Okay, so I was raised in Paris.
Yeah.
I was raised in Paris. When we moved to Paris, and I think I said that a little bit in the show, and that we were living in the Paris you don't know. I mean, when you say, "Oh, you're from Paris," this and that.
Yeah.
In the Paris you see, that's not the Paris where I live. You understand?
Right. Yes.
The Paris where I live are the projects, are the subsidized houses, are the struggling for monies. I come from a family of 8 children. My mom and dad were working very hard to feed us all. We were in food stamp. Life was very, very difficult at a young age. I had an opportunity to move into the state because I was in the beauty business, and being Jew at the time, be into the beauty business was labeled as being homosexual, because at the time there was a lot of homosexual who wanted to be studied, and my parents were fighting me. They really put me to hell because that's what I wanted to do. I felt like that was my calling. That was my passion. That was my gift. I've always felt very comfortable with women. So I went to beauty school, and after beauty school, I had to go to the army because obviously in France, it's 1 year mandatory. We have to go to the army. I served my country. And then after the army, I went back into the beauty industry. I graduated from beauty school, went back to the beauty industry, and I was working most likely in a fashion house where, those runway, those Yves Saint Laurent, Christian Dior, Ted Lapidus, Cardin line doesn't exist these days. I was working in the backstage doing the hair for the model and everything.
It's a lot of work, isn't it? It's very hard work.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Dealing with a lot of in and out, and you got to be quick and fast, the updo, the chignon and stuff like that. And then at time I was running as a model. I've done a lot of runways model. One thing also I want to say something interesting, okay? When I go somewhere, people come up and say, "Oh, you're the bachelor. Oh my God, you're much taller than you." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Yeah, you in TV, you look like you little guy." And I said to them, I said, "You know what? If you put me next to a 6'5", 300-pound,
Keith,
of course I'm going to look little. But I'm 5'11". I'm 165 pounds. Okay, I'm not that little. Okay.
Wait, Pascal, you know what they said to me when they see me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, how did you lose so much weight? I said, I didn't lose any weight.
Yeah,
you look so much heavier on TV. I go, great, thanks.
Okay, so wait, I want to jump forward. So you came to the United States.
So I came to the United States, and I didn't speak a word of English. I had probably a couple $dollars in my pocket, but I had a lot of dreams. And then from there, I had an opportunity to work from a salon named Charles Eifelgan downtown, who was very popular, who was looking to have some studies from France. And so I came up here, but the problem is I didn't speak a word of English. Okay, obviously I didn't have much education because I went from high school to trade school to the army to the, so I didn't speak a word of English and I had no money. So I was working as an assistant, sweeping the floor, as you know, Susan, shampooing the hair, go buy you your lunch, clean up your station. And what I was doing as an assistant, you don't make any money and I needed to survive. So I had a job as a busboy, okay, in a hotel. So after work, I was taking the bus, go to McCormick Place, which I met somebody who was at the head of a food and beverage. And so I was cleaning table, I was doing dishes, I was sweeping the floor, I was doing whatever I needed to do to get a little bit extra money. And on the 2 days I didn't work, I was going to the Y to learn the language. So
I was just going to say, where did you learn to speak English?
Yeah, to language and watching TV. So I learned my English. That's why my English is a little broken.
It's good. No, you're good.
You just have an accent. So wait a minute. So you clearly have been very successful. Your kids are successful. What your ex-wife? How long were you married to each of your wives?
My first wife, I got married when I was very young. That was what we call fatuation.
Yeah.
And when we had the fatuation was gone, we realized that we didn't have much in common, and we get divorced in a very amicable way. And my first wife is from Canada, Calgary, and we as today are very good friends. My second wife, I was in a rebound of a relationship. And, I love her dearly. She's a wonderful woman. We have 2 kids together. And unfortunately, we didn't have the same vision of life. So we were married for about 5 years. And we have 2 kids together. Yeah.
Do you want to get married again?
I mean, I'm not.
I mean, that was not a proposal, Pascal. That was not a proposal.
But, I just think that, in the age where we are, I think I would like to have a solid partner. Somebody I'm looking for my best friend. I'm looking for my best friend. Somebody I could talk to, somebody who is there for me, somebody who understands my need and value, who understands my lifestyle, who appreciates somebody who's got some time on her own. Because I'm a great believer that in a marriage or in a relationship, there is your life, what you do with your friend. There is my life, what I do with my friend. In our life, what we do together as a couple. So I want a woman who's extremely secure, who's independent, who has a sense of style, who know how to hold a knife and a fork. I mean, it must sound silly, but to hold a knife and a fork, who has a proper, who has a, I'm in the fashion industry.
She has to chew with her mouth closed too.
Exactly. Chew with her mouth closed and know how to cut a piece.
Can you imagine sitting across?
Surprised, Cathy. You might be very surprised. Yeah.
Can you imagine sitting across the table and the person's chewing with their mouth wide open? I would address it right.
Let me just say,
I could not do it.
Pascal, what you're saying is so true for me. When I go on a date with a man, of course I expect the door to be opened for me and all those things. But I watch how
manners.
Do they know how to use a knife and fork? Do they know what a difference between a salad fork and a dinner fork? Do they know what side the bread and butter plate? I mean, I look at those things. So
and the spoon on top of the plate in the front. Yes. So I have a question to ask you. On the show, you seemed like you bonded with several of the men. Can you tell me about the relationships that you built?
It's interesting because when I walk into the mansion, I try to find my peers. There's a lot of different people. You've experienced that. You walk in there and you get 23 strangers, and you try to find out where do you fit in those 23 people.
Right.
And I'm a little bit. I'm not shy, but I'm very selective about who I want to associate myself with. And so I was looking around the room, and obviously, when Mark walked in to the bar, everybody said, "Oh, Mark is here, Mark is here, Mark is here." I didn't know who was Mark, and I said, "Who is Mark?" I mean, he's the Kelsey. I haven't watched any of those shows, and I have the chance to talk to him, and I definitely, Mark, I bonded with him because I like his kindness. I like his
soft
good
guy.
tone. He's a good guy. He's got a very soft approach. He's very gentle, and I like that about him. Then the other guys, I would say I think the guy who was the most fascinating to me was my roommate, Greg. Okay, Greg was the highest IQ of all of us. I enjoy the conversation I had with him. He was just a debating conversation, which I found very, very exciting to be able to learned so much from that guy. So that was him. Then it's funny because I had a small room, so I had CK, which I love. CK needed a little bedtime story before going to bed, which I thought was very funny. And then Dan, obviously, Dan, I love Dan. Dan
He's
is
a
a
good
great
guy.
guy. So
You had a
basically,
good room. You had a good
so,
room.
yes. So what's happening is I think because of being so close with those four guys, I bonded with them more than the big
the
room
rest.
with all the rest of the guys. And that's basically the guys I was hanging with. Mark.
This is Ashley Kennedy from the Happiness Lab here. Joy in a mug.
Specialists are in high. And if it would actually isn't just a shake.
Series truck, the best-selling.
Jordan from
Jordan.
Chicago.
Jordan.
So you see some of these guys because several of you came from Chicago. So that's nice that you
Jordan,
still have.
isn't Jordan from
Jordan?
Chicago?
Jordan. So I hosted Michael when he came to Chicago. I
Michael.
took him for dinner a couple of times. He
Yeah.
came up over the holidays.
He's a nice guy too.
I love Michael. Michael
Yeah.
is a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah.
Gentle. I think many of I've listened to his podcast, and he had a problem with his health, so he wasn't willing to serve you on the show.
Yeah.
And, but he's a super guy. Him and I talk all the time. Every time he comes to Chicago, I definitely see him. How you call Mark came in town last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I took him out for dinner with his friend Barbara.
We're coming, Pascal. We're coming. Susan and I are coming. Are you taking us to dinner?
Of course.
Okay.
I want to
All right,
get
so
my
in
hair
the
done.
meantime,
we lost for words. Kathy's
I'm
never
lost
at
for
a loss
words.
for words.
Well, I'm lost for
You
words.
see, I got that effect on women. Usually they lost their words with me. You know what I mean?
We leave
You know
you
what I'm saying?
speechless.
I make them speechless. That's the story of my life,
So Pascal, I've got a few more questions here.
Wait, I just got to say one thing. I love to see you laugh.
Who, me?
I feel as if you're on the serious side, and I love when you crack up. That smile is worth $1,000 million. You just smiled and laughed.
You know what I've always said, to all the guys in the mansion, I say, guys, you got to live the moment. You got to enjoy your time. Don't worry about yesterday. There is nothing you can do. And don't worry about tomorrow because it's the unknown. So enjoy where you are and have a great time with it. So to me, that's been my philosophy over the years. And, I've been to some challenging time in my life. I didn't climb the ladder straight up. It has been a lot of plateaus, a lot of peaks and valleys. And, you got to believe in yourself and move on forward.
Very good. Very good.
Pascal, we have asked you so many questions. It sounds like you had a great time on the show. Joan wasn't your girl, but we still want to get to know you better. So we're going to go back a little bit. Who was your favorite band or musician when you were a teenager? Which was like 10 years ago.
I will say, you know what, to be honest with you, in France, when I was a kid, Elvis Presley had a huge influence on us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then we have the French version of Elvis Presley was Johnny Hallyday, which is the Elvis Presley of France. So basically what Elvis was singing in English, Johnny was singing it in French. So those were my definitely Elvis Presley was my icon, and obviously the Beatles. I was a little bit young for the Beatles, but the Let It Be and those songs are classic. Yes,
I love Elvis as well. Okay, what's the favorite memory that you have when you first came to the United States? What stands out?
What stands out is very funny. I felt scared. I felt lost. I felt like, where am I? I'm looking at those buildings and I see them so tall. I say, wow, this is America. In France, we don't have those high-rise like you have in here. And then the first day I arrived here, I went to the Loop. I don't know if you know Chicago Loop, and you get that L track. And I got scared. I was overwhelmed but the magnitude of the street, the magnitude of the cars, everything was big.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, how am I going to fit in here? And that's the memory I will never forget. Then this is the most incredible part of it, looking at from a fresh eyes, Chicago and the size of it. That's
Have you lived in any other cities, Pascal, besides Chicago?
I mean, I've been all over the country. I mean, I've been to New York, LA, Florida, Miami, but I think Chicago is still the best city in the state for me. Yeah.
So my
Really?
ex-husband used to play for the Chicago Cubs. So I lived on the 42nd floor in the high rise right on Lakeshore Drive. And it is absolutely a stunning of a city. I just loved it there. Did not like the winter. The winter is very cold.
The winter. You know what I love about Chicago versus LA and versus Miami is we have what we call the four seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter.
Yes.
And I'm a very big in fashion. I love to dress. So to me, in the winter, I got my coat and my blazer and my leathers, and in the spring, I got my light coat and my light sweater.
Get to change it up. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I love fashion. So to me, Chicago gave me really a sense of fashion versus California.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
Yes.
This leads right into it. What would the name of your autobiography be, Pascal? I've got it. I know what the name should be, but you tell me.
What do you think should be?
Your book, if I were writing, it would be My Sense is Fashion.
No, I will say more. There is so much to learn.
There is so much to learn. That's a good one. I like it.
So much to learn. Yes, I think regardless how old you are, there is different experience in different stage of your life.
You're right.
Then we still have so much to learn. Then we always got to keep up learning to grow as a person. I think to me that's very important. Yeah.
Mine was enjoy who you are.
Yes, a good one. Yes, good one.
Mine was run between the drops.
You got to run really fast, Catchy. You got to run.
I do.
How about in America, your favorite food?
In America, my favorite food, to be quite honest with you, I'm a foodie. So I don't eat fast food. I don't eat burgers. I don't eat pizza. I don't eat
No pizza? You live in Chicago and you don't eat a pizza?
Yeah, that's not my time. Give me a nice piece of salmon, sea bass, tuna, groupers. I'm more a fish than I am meat. And I don't eat fast food. No, I don't. I don't go to Chipotle or Potbellies or all those. This is not my.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yes,
do you eat barbecue?
I do.
Pascal, do you eat barbecue?
I've been invited to a lot of barbecue, yes, but I don't. I do. If it's sometimes I like. I will eat the barbecue chicken, but I wouldn't eat ribs or
So I live in Texas, where barbecue means
and steak,
pork. Barbecue means pork, ribs, turkey. It's a thing in Texas.
And a cowboy steak.
Yeah.
I like a steak. Okay, one more question. If you were stuck on a deserted island and you could only bring 3 guys.
No, wait, stop, Susan. He can only bring 3 people. He's bringing you and me. You get one more, Pascal.
Okay, so let me tell you, if I was going in a desert island with the 2 of you, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't bring anybody because I want your dedicated attention. So I will be alone. I'll have your attention. I'll entertain you, and then we'll have a great time. So I don't have no competition.
We would survive. Yes,
we would survive. Wait, before he answers that question, I had a question for him. Well, I don't know if you know or not, but I used to have much longer hair, and Susan cut my hair. As a hairstylist, is my haircut good or bad?
Shorter.
You know what? I think it looks good, but again, I see you in a minuscule ways, so I can't really. But I trust Suzanne. Being 40 years in the business, I guarantee you, then you have a good haircut.
Okay, I like it.
You got to show them a before and after. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Wait, Pascal, she had it here. It was flipping up. She had all this light in there. I said,
Yeah. No, this looks good. This looks good. Yeah.
Okay, 3 men from the
Three
show.
men.
If you had to only pick.
3 men from the show. Okay, I will definitely bring Greg with me because
Okay.
I like that conversation that stimulates back and forth and agree to disagree and come up to a compromise. I think he's a man who will definitely entertain me, and then he does my laundry, so I cannot take it. Okay?
Wait, did he really do your laundry?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay,
then,
that's
and then
one.
the second man I will take is definitely Mark. Okay, because I think Mark calm me. He bring me down a little bit. He's very soothing. I love talking to him because he's a man of soft word, which I am.
And by the way, he's
hyper.
dating a beautiful woman.
Yeah, he
I
just
know.
entertained them.
I know. I entertained them to Chicago. I invited him to. We went to a fantastic restaurant. I took him to the House of Blues, not to the House of Blues, to Soho House for a drink. We had a great time. She is absolutely fantastic.
She is.
Yes,
She's very sweet.
I am so happy for him. The third guy, oh my God. The third guy I would take, I would say CK. CK, yes.
I take CK. I take him on a desert island.
I take CK because CK and I will create a new fashion or wardrobe in the island. Because I think he's a very sharp dresser.
Yeah.
And then he always liked the way I dress. So I think the two of us could create a new island,
I love it. I love it.
fashion.
Which one would make you laugh?
All of them. I think Greg is the funniest guy of all. He's got a wicked sense of humor. Okay.
We haven't gotten to meet him yet.
And I love his sense of humor because, as you know, there is 3 types of comedian: the one who make you laugh, the one who laugh with you, and the one who laugh at you. Okay. No. Yes. Greg is the kind of guy who make you laugh. And laugh with you. So I love that. Yeah. I love his sense of humor. Yes.
Well, Pascal, I'm going to say you have made us laugh today. Unfortunately, we're out of time here, and that's going to do it for that. I don't know why. They tell me it's time to wrap, but it is time to end this episode of Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. We thank you. You are a lovely, interesting, fascinating man, full of fashion, full of great ideas, and we just really enjoyed having you on the show.
I'm coming to Chicago for a haircut and dinner.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to finally talk to the both of you. Congratulations on the success of your podcast. I'm honored to have been part of it, and hope this is not the end. Hope we see each other again. And definitely, if you come to Chicago, please reach out.
If I reach out through your Instagram, I'm not going to get replied.
You know what? You reach out to my email. It will be better. My Instagram, I don't answer anybody on Instagram.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Susan, the long and short of it is we'll have his people call our people. Okay?
Exactly.
No, I'll email.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Make sure to submit your questions to us. We loved having you all today. All you have to do is go to bachelornation.com/golden hour or DM us on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour.
Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. And thank you, Pascal. We've really enjoyed getting to know you because we didn't get to spend that much time with you. You know, we love hearing your story, where you came from and how you got to where you are. We really do appreciate it. And make sure to follow us on Bachelor Happy Hour, as we have new episodes coming out every week. And you don't want to miss this. You get to know them just like we do.
Yep. So listen to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.